Okay, this is lesson 7 in TKTCL over MySQL database, and this is Rani Ahmed with you. And last time we were in lesson 6 talking about how to edit subjects provided enrolled in a university or a school. Now this time we're talking about how to add a classroom, which is the combination of the room number in the or the room name or the lecture room, whatever you want to call it, inside the institution buildings. Okay, one of the rooms, and you've got the day in the week that's which is the time scheduled. Okay, in that like it is weekly, of course, because there's not a special date for it. It's given date weekly. So so what's the day in the week, and what is the time? Okay, at that in that day. Okay, so for example, it's given on Thursday and on maybe 1 o'clock, okay, p.m. and I have also to tell my phone what subject is given in that classroom, and which teacher is teaching or will be teaching this subject. Okay, and I have the button to add this new classroom, and I have also a button where I refresh the lists of the subject if I add a new one, and the teachers. Okay, same if it's if there's a new teacher, so you make sure that you refresh your list. Okay, maybe it's your school management made some changes while you are the responsible person about managing the scheduling. Okay, now let's see. Now our program works by, of course, it has the usual data validation. Okay, for example, the classroom must number, okay, or the room number must not be empty. There should be a room number. Of course, the day must be selected, the time must be selected, which is here separated into two things: the hour and the hours and the minutes. Okay, until 59, from 0 till 59, and here you have 0 till 23. Wait, okay, so and also it's not allowed, it's made as not allow that it does not allow, sorry, the room number, okay, and the combination of the room number and the day and the time, okay, to be repeated. Okay, it must be unique. Okay, so the database is configured as such. Okay, refer to your database and create an index of 3 and a unique index of 3 fields. Okay, now this is just a test, okay, for the script. So if you click add new classroom, it will be complaining because there is nothing. Okay, and this is how I feel. For example, lab 204, there's 203. I'm in the Arabic version. So there's, for example, Monday, and it's given on the, of course, must be example 9 o'clock, 9:30. for example, let's say I know some people would say that you should just add the minutes as 0 and 15 at the quarters of the hour, okay, at the every 15 minutes of the hour. But anyway, it doesn't matter, okay. And I'm here saying that this is the list of all subjects, okay. So it's taken from a query to the subjects table, and similarly a query to the teachers table. I'm getting this, and of course I must say, for example, this teacher, and this topic is given, okay. And let me see, for example, I have it in LEC in a lecture room, okay, 204, and which is level 2 in the building, room number 4, and I'm saying here add a new classroom, and it tells you that this has been added, okay, with a new number which is 14. Okay, now refresh subject lists, okay. You can just click it and you notice how it's working. It tells you that there's a refresh working, okay. And when I click it, okay, those don't pop for me unless this returns back to its starting appearance, okay, which is this long string, refresh the subjects list and teachers list, okay. So this is all about our program, okay. Now I have to explain the application here, the script. So I'm saying that my window is not resizable. I mean, it's resizable, okay, but only at the width. See the arrow? It has a like a, you know, like a pipe, or like a, you know, a vertical dash, and this means that you can resize it. But if you point at here, the mouse doesn't change. Mouse pointer doesn't change. So this means because of the 0, the height is not resizable. You can just resize the width manually, but if you click here, okay, it can resize the whole window, okay, and maximize it, of course. Now next thing, okay, is I'm just mentioning all my widgets, okay, which is we start with our classroom number label. Of course, the dots is the reference to my root window, and then from the root window, from this root window, I'm making my lab, which is a label, okay. And I'm saying inside this label, just say you've got the words classroom number, okay, and you're saying that the positioning of the widget is to the west of the grid, okay, which is to your left. Just saying here I have an entry, okay, that's emerging from the root window, okay. And you know, we said always use this lab and ent shorthand just for you to know what you're talking about, okay. And I have the classroom day label, which is this one, classroom day, and beside it I have the combo box, which mentions all the days of the week, okay. Of course, to build as usual, okay, and I'm repeating, to build a combo box, you have to have a list or a variable of type list, okay, and holds all the values that you want, and then create or use the command combo box and name your widget. Here it's day combo, and I'm saying width of 3 characters, and here in the values is where you save your list that will be shown inside the list of the combo box. Okay, so this is my list of the shorthands of the week. Okay, so someone that used web. Okay, the fry. Okay, and I have to say that it is read only. Nobody can add or write in this field. And also moving to the time label similarly. Okay, here it's just a little bit different. It's just I'm saying make a list from creating a string that holds all the numbers from 0 till 23. So this is how you do it. You start first with hours of the day as an empty null string. Okay, then you say that this the new hours of the day is the old numbers of the day. Okay, plus like put the new again the new hours of the day is the old hours of the day. Okay, and the current I inside one string. Okay, and you repeat that all the time. So this is how you add all the list values from 0 till 23. Okay, and same thing for the minutes. And of course there's this column text, like there's a label of text, just a column. So this is just to say that you have the hour, which is the 9, okay, and the minutes, which is the 30, and there's the time separator as a column, the hour and minutes separator anyway. And now I have another label here, okay, classroom subjects lab, which is select subjects over here, and I made a query. Okay, select concat subject ID, the comma and subject name, okay, from the subjects table. Now you will be wondering why the subject or the all subjects query, okay, is now used. You did not see the MySQL handler connection handler, okay, to MySQL database. It was not mentioned here and with global because we are in the global area. Okay, we don't need global to call the global command, okay, as you usually do in here. Okay, you don't need this sentence, this line. Okay, you don't need this line just to call this variable. Okay, this variable is already outside a procedure, so things within the procedure only, okay, or things outside the procedure only, okay, if you want to use them, you have to use inside the procedures paragraph the global command. Okay, so going back, so that's why I just right away query the database, okay, and the tables, subjects, and also the teachers here. Okay, same. Now there's one thing I've done, which is inside MySQL, I told him to use the concatenation function, which joins many words or strings together, okay, and display them as one field, okay, as if they are one word, okay, in every line, okay. So what will happen is I have concatenated the subject ID, see, with a semicolon, and I put the subject name afterwards, okay, and put them in every line of the list box, okay, and I said it's a flat list. Now, why did I do that? Because later I want to split this value, okay, and get split the selection in the combo box later and directly get the number of the subject, okay, the ID number of the subject. And I did put it as flat list because they are shown through concat every record as one item, okay, and one item, every record is just one word of that list, okay, similar to how we did the days of the week, okay, here. So every time, okay, will look like one word. So what will be shown is this, okay, forget about the command sign, saying that I have, for example, if I did put it as a list, and if I put it as a flat list, I'm going to show you what will happen, okay. So if I put it as a list, every time you'll get like the whole list will be like this way. This is the whole list, and you will be filling it with 3 comma subject name, whatever it is, math for example, okay, and it will be like, and if and also if it has like something like a whole word like this, it will look like this, and here, and I'm saying, and that's without the 3, okay. So every time this will show like this. So let me repeat it just for the sake of, okay, many lists. So you need a for each loop, okay. It would be easier if I use the semicolon, okay, and said instead 101, for example, and made this as a whole as one string element, list element, and I just, if you want to say every time get them as such. So using the flat list will make it with a flat list, and the concat will make it look like the days of the week list variable, okay, and this is what I'm showing here, and therefore I can just right away get the results and stick it to here, okay, just tape it over here. So, or duct tape it. So you don't need like a for loop similar to the way I've done here, okay, or a for each. Why should I bother? So same thing I've done for the teacher, And because of my of this way of solving the problem, okay, I can just right away grab the number, the ID number, as I said earlier, by splitting the value selected in the combo box. Okay, so if I change, for example, to Arabic, okay, it will for example, or not for example, I mean, like, it will make the 7 alone and the Arabic alone. Okay, I don't want the Arabic, I just want the number, because this is what I'm saving in the database. Okay, and that's all. Okay, now that's here. I have the add classroom command for the button, add new classroom here, and there's the refresh list button. This is the corresponding function or procedure. So that's all in our application for the display of the widgets, and the rest is just the positioning through grid, because it's like a grid of every item in the widget, in the window. Okay, now I go to the top and start explaining the add classroom button command. Okay, so of course it must call the MySQL handler, connection handler, which is this one, and of course you must use it to change to the database, which is similar to a directory, which is really a directory in MySQL terms. Okay, and it was all the table information, okay, and the tables and the data, and that's why you must change to this one. Okay, and then you can select all the tables later from this database. And this is how I'm saying, like usual, to make variables just temporary within the, or local within the procedure, which they call the widget's name. Okay, it's a reality command. Okay, but just take it as simple as a name. So this is the entry of the classroom number and get it, and similar for the day combo and get it. Take its value. They've got the combo of the hour, the combo of the minutes, and then every time, you know, I'm saving correspondingly to a name, to a variable. Okay, classroom number, classroom day, classroom hour, classroom minute. Then you put classroom time is classroom hour is a string, a new string, because this is what I'm going to save inside the database, which is the classroom time variable. Okay, which is the string classroom hour and column, not column, column like a pillar. No, it's a column. Okay, so like the column and the classroom minutes, and of course it must be at 0 seconds. I don't care about the seconds at all. Sorry. And here I'm saying get the combo of the subject, selected subject. Okay, so go to the combo box and select this subject, and select the subject. You've got a row, you know, it's an ID plus the name of the subject. So this is the row I selected. I go and use the split command, which is this one, and get the row and split it over the semicolon, and then I take just only the first one using the index, because the split will display the splits in a variable of type list, and then you got the index will show me, or let me have the number, the first entry in the splitting, which is the ID, okay, as we agreed. So that's why I'm saying here this command data is taken from the combo box as subject ID and name, and there's the comma. So we will split over the semicolon to get the subject ID. Cool? I think till now it's very easy to understand. Similarly, okay, we do the same for the teacher ID. Now, I must pass two checkpoints. Okay, first checkpoint is checking whether the classroom number is not empty. That's why I'm getting the length of this string inside the classroom number taken from, you know, the get commands over here on the top. You know, okay, I'm going backwards. Okay, so this is the classroom number. I'm making sure that it is not empty, and also I must make sure the classroom day is not empty and the hour is not empty, and also the classroom minutes, classroom hours, okay, and the classroom teacher and the subject. You know, when you start with it on the first run of the application, not the very first, like every time you on its start, okay, you see that and you notice that it had no values inside the combo boxes. Okay. So when you press the add new subject or add new classroom over here, yeah, it will complain. So if any of them, that's why I'm using the double pipe here, which is, this is a pipe, okay. So yeah, so this is a pipe, this is the OR, okay. So I'm saying if any of what I mentioned, okay, is 0 or empty string, okay, I must tell the user that one of the fields is empty, okay. So you must fill them, okay, and I quit over here. So if one of them is full, if all of them is full, sorry, if all of them is completely full, okay, and had some having some values, you pass this checkpoint. Now I have a second checkpoint, which is the unique value, okay. I don't want the database to complain for to me, okay. I just do it for myself. So I make a huge join query, which is check for conflicting time. Maybe you you know, same at the same time there's a room number, okay, given at that time. So what I do is classroom ID, I'm getting it and getting the room number, classroom day, classroom time, and subject name and the teacher name, okay. And I did make or write the query as such using the subject name and the teacher name, and using the subject and teacher tables, sorry. The purpose of that if the conflict exists, okay, I'm telling the user that it is conflicting at that classroom with that, so he knows that this classroom, maybe he wants to change it later, Okay, it shouldn't have this subject, maybe. Anyway, changes the time. So those things, the classroom ID, the number, the day, the classroom time, okay, and the subject name and the teacher's name are selected, those fields, from the classroom and the subject and the teacher tables, where the classroom dot room number, which is this value, the room number, which is where you put this value. It's not really this value, but where you put this value. Okay. Oh yeah, and according to here, it is this value. Okay. So I'm saying where this classroom number is this classroom number, and the classroom day is this classroom day. Of course, you have to use quotes, single quotes, and the classroom time is the classroom time that you provided, and those, all of them, the classroom number and the classroom day and the classroom time together, okay, with the end of the subject ID, okay, that's used in the classroom table. Okay, so you're taking a subject ID. This is what the equal means here, between the subject ID of the classroom and the subject dot ID, which is the real ID of the subject. Okay, so this means this subject ID, okay, must belong to the classroom table. Okay, you're finding all those subjects, okay, which are inside, which are the same in the subjects table and the subjects and the classroom table. Okay, so that makes them common between two tables. Okay, and same thing for the teacher. Okay, and I'm saying limit by 1. This means that you're taking just only one, because this is enough, and it is only necessary just one result, and therefore I'm using a flat list. And because of the flat list, okay, the result is just this variable, of course, but because of the flat list, I can just say conflicting time with classroom and put the result right away, just like pasting it, spitting it over there. I don't have to go through splitting the list into different variables and such. That's it. This is the classroom. This is a bad classroom. Don't use it. Now, if I pass this checkpoint, I can now go and insert this new classroom in the database, okay, in the classroom table. So I'm saying the classroom is the classroom room number, okay, which is, for example, here or lab 204, and I have the day and the time and the subject ID and the subject and the teacher's ID. Okay, so I'm saying here, add all those values to the classroom table. And which values? The classroom number variable and the the day variable, the time variable for the classroom. But here I did not use the classroom time. It doesn't matter. The classroom time variable, I wrote it explicitly, and I said I have the classroom subject ID. I put a comma here, and I put a comma. It doesn't have to have a quote, because the subject ID is just a number. Similarly, the teacher's ID. Now I use For the insert command, the MySQL exec, this is my connection, so I connect and then I use this query, which is this whole query. Then I'm telling the user that the classroom has a new record, okay, and the record number is taken from this command, okay, which is the last auto increment number, and of course you clear your entry, okay, of the classroom number. So this is all about adding the classroom. Now the refresh list button, as a reminder, this one, okay, and of course remember I must also make this disabled, because I don't want to add new classrooms while I'm refreshing the list of the teacher and that of the student or the subject, sorry. Now here this is the refresh list function, so I'm calling the database connection handler because I want to refresh, so therefore I must rebuild the combo box over here and the combo box over here. And for this case, okay, I must configure first the refresh list button, okay, this one. I must set it as disabled so nobody can use it, okay, it doesn't click with you, okay. So this is how I start with it. Then I say the addition button, which is this one too, is the add new classroom button, okay, it must be also disabled. Of course, as I said, you don't allow the addition button while you're refreshing the student, the subject and the teacher list, okay. Now I'm using the this is new to you. This is the command named update. Now the configure command, okay, it just like adds to the list of tasks that should be executed after the execution or the completion of the execution of the procedure within, okay. So they just, when you say configure, it means that okay, you're now like this, but you won't be displayed unless your function or the command that runs under the control of your button, okay, until it finishes executing the whole lines of code within, okay, you don't see any change unless you use the update. So the update, it changes the widget's condition, okay, and shows you the configuration that you did, okay, using the configure command. Using the configure command, okay, using the configure command again, I'm saying the update will show the changes, okay. So you need the update to show the changes like second by second, okay. So and on every step the code is working. So the first line you said configure this line to have this disabled with this string, because the current string is refresh subjects list and teachers list, okay. So it's now refreshing the students list, so it starts, oh, I should say here it's not students, it should be subjects. Okay, so it starts with this, then it says configure the button of the addition to make it disabled. Okay, then this configuration, it won't be shown, like you don't see the effect unless you use the command update. Then I made like a delay just for you to see the effect is done. So a delay of 1 second. This is 1000 means 1 second. It's milliseconds. Okay, and of course the same thing. I'm using the same commands and code for the subjects like listing, and here I'm configuring the combo to have the values of using the values from this search result. Okay, so this means the current value, you remove the older values and put those currently as the current values. And I got the classroom refresh button. Okay, of course you say configure and say refreshing teachers list, then you update. So everything over here from here to here, okay, you've got only this configure command and this command too. Okay, so when you after reaching this current line for the refresh button, okay, refreshing teachers list, okay, when it sees update, it means that the combo box must show the change right away, and the refreshing list here, this one, the button, the text inside it must also change. Okay, and same thing here. I'm saying after 1000 milliseconds, which is 1 second. Okay, do the listing of the teachers, and I say also classroom refresh button must be configured as, you know, the starting string, which is refresh subjects list and teachers list. Okay, with a normal state. Okay, so it doesn't go gray now. And the classroom addition button, okay, will also go back to normal, so it's allowed to work. So when I press it first, this is now disabled because it's in gray, but when it turns to black, okay, with a black sentence within, okay, I can click it. Okay, so this is if I click it, trying to click it, and I'm clicking as it doesn't do anything. Okay, so that's all about our topic for this time, and thanks for watching. Please your comments and subscribe. Those who are not on YouTube, please register yourselves and subscribe.